The Eco-Building Program at George Washington University is a vehicle to reduce operating expenses through building efficiency. The program kicked off with improvements to the Gelman Library block of buildings, which represented the second largest energy consumer on campus and the fourth most energy intensive. The facilities team started with addressing the air handlers at the library, and as that project started to come through, they decided to add a new chiller as well, necessitating two separate design engineers, general contractors, and whole different sets of subs. With the projects kicking off in earnest in January and a firm delivery deadline for the chiller in July, the success of the complex project hinged on getting everyone to work together. Here, Jim Schrote, Executive Director of Facilities, and Bob Oakley, Chief HVAC Engineer, discuss how they pulled it off.
One of the keys to the success is my peer on the construction side at the university, who basically cut the GC who's working in the HVAC loose from their side and really kind of took direction from us. So his cooperation and collaboration of his project and merging the two of them together and kind of letting our resident expert kind of oversee the whole project was key and had never been done at GW before. That helped solve a lot of problems because both projects were funded differently, and there were times in there were that project and this project and something in the middle of it had to connect them, and there wasn't any funding on either one of them set aside for that or in any scope. So because of the fact that we actually work together, both organizations, we were able to bridge those gaps and keep the thing moving.
Just a quick example of how they had to come together just when asked. I mean, it was not planned. Nothing was, this particular incident, nothing was planned about it. The chiller failed. The original plan of the job, scope of the job, was to keep the existing chiller online while replacing the other one. The existing chiller failed on us and we couldn't get it running. So I had to bring in a temporary chiller. So to do that, these guys didn't know. They're coming into work at 6 o'clock in the morning the next day. All they know is my chiller failed. That's all they knew. The next day, they show up on site, and I'm telling them, whatever you have planned for the day you're not doing, I need you to get this temporary chiller hooked up. And instantly, the mechanicals working for the one GC, they start cutting and threading pipe and ordering material so that they can get the temporary lines down the side of the building, because it's all up in the penthouse. And then fortunately, we used the same subcontractor electrically, so he's involved. So he's running down there getting ready to set all that up because they had to bring a generator with it. But and at the same exact time all that's happening, I go talk to the other GC and say, listen, the original plan was to drive this thing around the backside of the yard. It's not going to fit. I've got to bring this thing through 22nd Street. And his response was, how are you getting it through there? Well, that's why I need you. You have a mason on site. I need you to tear this archway out. And that's what they ended. It wasn't, I can't. It wasn't, who's going to approve this? It was none of that. It was, what can I do to help you? That was his exact words. What can I do to help you? And that's what made this whole thing work.
I think the message to everybody would be is don't try to go it alone. Yep. Some of these projects are very big, and if you want to do an ESCO project in-house, just talk to the sustainability office, talk to the construction office, get them all on board because you're going to need them.
To learn more about the 2014 FMXcellence winners, check out the August cover story in Building Operating Management magazine. And for Building Operating Management, this has been Naomi Mijan, Senior Editor. Thanks for watching.